Hey guys, it's Cord Ross, and today I've got a cool 3D print for you. As we are jumping into the Helldivers 2 universe with this one. So this is going to turn into the P-4 Senator Revolver. And this is an absolutely massive, absolutely crazy big revolver. Of course, completely fictional. And yeah, we're going to jump in and make this up. This is what it looks like in all its bits. And very happy with this. And the tree supports here look just gorgeous by themselves, to be honest. And they help everything to print properly. And if you like these kind of revolvers 3D printed, you can also look at my Damus one I did recently, where we went and made one from Rainbow Six Siege, and it looks insane. But back to the Helldivers here. Of course, we've got to take off all this support, and it all mostly breaks away, and then it's just a bit of cleanup afterwards. So we'll skip past most of this because it's pretty boring and just very, very messy. A lot of hoovering needing done afterwards, but we end up with our handguard, which is basically our foundation for the rest of it. But this is kind of the internal structure. So the link to the original designer's 3D files will be in the description below. They're all free if you want to go give it a go yourself, if you have yourself a 3D printer. And this is our internal compartment where we're going to have all these bits actuated with springs. So they should actually give like force feedback and be able to reset back to the original settings. I also made these custom bits with holes in them so that I could actually get all this kind of fitted in and glued up really well. And I think ended up going good. That's a spring from a pen. And I'm going to cut it in half in order to make up the two halves that we need. And here it is actually ready to rock and roll. So you can see how the springs are just going to pull things back into place. And yeah, this is actually a very simple, easy part to do and pretty cool. Now the great thing is, when I originally seen this model and 3D printed everything off, I was assuming I was going to have to glue the whole lot together in the end. In fact, I ended up using almost no glue in this whatsoever. And as you see, these two halves go together, and you might think maybe I should glue it together, but the way this works is it goes into the base here. So as you can see, just slides in. And then we're going to have a piece that actually slides into the top, and it'll basically lock the whole lot together without needing any glue. And if I do want to disassemble this, I can. So it's really freaking cool. And this was also a pain in the ass to get this to actually go in. But once it went in, we were well on our way to getting this finished. And I've also painted up all the parts, so the black has just been spray painted with matte black, as I wanted this to look like a really cool, nice, tactical looking thing. And you can also see this here is the cylinder. The cylinder prints with a piece that is not attached inside, so it can spin, and it spins incredibly well. And then it just slides into here. Then you have a pin, which the instructions say should be metal, but I just 3D printed one off, and so far it has worked perfectly fine. But if you decide to recreate this, maybe you should go for a metal pin, and links in the description below if you want to try this out yourself. But after a little bit of struggling, this was all put together, which results in this. And then we have 3 connection points into the next part. And the next part is hilarious because if you look at it, it is obviously fictional because it would just be a big chunk of metal and crazy heavy, crazy not functional in the slightest. And it's kind of hilarious once you take this out of a computer game and try to make it into a cosplay prop here. But this means once we line all this up, this is just going to slide on, and then it'll be very solidly in place and can still be detached, but very, very hard to. So loving it. And again, no glue. So very, very happy with this. And it's really starting to come together. And what's great is the cylinder can spin, it can come out. There's a lot of coolness to this. And this is the final part that is the bit that needs glued. So this is the only bit I've ended up having to glue in, and I'm only gluing it into the front half there so that it can still be detached if need be without causing any issues. I think I also maybe used a little bit too much glue. I went a bit overboard on this. I don't think I need to use this much, but it works. And of course we spray paint it with black, so it's all going to just disappear very nicely once this is finally assembled. And I like the two-tone kind of elements we've got going because the internal structure that we put together earlier, that's in silver, spray painted it up, and the rest in black. And if I was to come back and redo this, I probably would add some more silver here and there, but I don't know. You know, I've not quite figured that out. So maybe I'll come back and redo the paint job in the future someday, especially with it being able to still be taken apart. I can figure something else out. So if you guys have suggestions on what I maybe should do for paint, let me know in the comments below. However, we're not done. We're going to show off all the cool stuff that this thing can do. So the cylinder can come out and it can spin. It is incredibly like free spinning, beautiful movement, but it is complete and it is massive, absolutely huge. Now, if you enjoy stuff like this, you can find my Core Ross Tech channel, which is my 3D printing channel. Been a whole bunch of projects on there. I've got other revolvers. I've also done Thorn from Destiny, which is my favorite weapon in that game. And overall, I just have an absolute passion these days for 3D printing and absolutely love what is capable. And especially stuff like this, where the 3D model files are completely free. Someone's made it up and gone with, already gone through the trouble of figuring out how it gets assembled and put together. And you can just print it and do it. And it's sensational. So great community out there for 3D printing. So much to enjoy and build. And not ever a hobby I thought I would get into. I always thought, hey, that looks cool, but I'll never get into it. And now, of course, I have, and man, lucky as hell. So this has just been a joy to make this. And this is from Helldivers 2, and it is the P-4 Senator. And of course, this is used to spread democracy in the Helldivers universe. Now, presumably this video is not going to do that great on this channel, so if you want to give me some likes and comments below, that will definitely help do a little bit more with this video than the channel would normally allow. Anyway guys, I hope you've enjoyed this. I would love to know what you think, and again, give me an idea on the paint job I maybe should go for with this thing, as I definitely feel like coming back and redoing it in the future. And we go. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.